How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to yet another weekly warehouse update. Very exciting week, especially if you like plastic that is, I don't know, gyroscopic or like a little heavier on the rim or stuff like that. We're talking MVP. We're not only talking MVP, we're also talking Axiom and Streamline, all that fun stuff. But we're going to start right down here at the bottom with the Envy, one of the most popular throwing putters, possibly of all time, but definitely in MVP's lineup. First off, we got Eclipse Envies back in stock. These things are unreal. They look gorgeous. Those colored rims really make them pop. And then obviously the Eclipse plastic is like, they kind of set the standard for glow plastic in the market, and everyone else has been trying to reach them ever since. So a bunch of, I think this whole box is Eclipse Envies. Yeah, even some blank Eclipse Envies. So if you're a dyer, pick these up. Those are sick. Some blank Eclipse Envies. Then we also have some Electron Envies over here as well. This is a soft Electron Envy. I think we also have their normal and their firm Electron. This should be firm here. And then back here we have some Prism Plasma Plastic, which is, in my experience, the most overstable Envy. So if you're looking for like a neutral Envy, you can get the Electron one. If you're looking for a more overstable one, you can get the Plasma one. And the Eclipse should also be a little bit more towards that overstable as well. If you're looking for overstable, we got to talk Fireball. This thing is crazy overstable. 9, 3.5, 0, 3.5. Pretty accurate, to be honest with you. Very, very overstable. Some of them will even, like this one is 169 grams. You might be like, oh, a Fireball that's throwable. That'll do more than just fit. No. Don't let the weight scare you. You can. The Fireball I had in my bag was a, I believe, fission or neutron Fireball that was like 161 grams, chewed up by a dog, and still was more overstable than a stock Raptor. So you don't have to worry about these things ever getting flippy. We got a bunch of Fireballs in stock. We also, right down here, I don't know how long we've had these in stock. I don't think they were on the list, but we have Hexes back, Fission Hexes. These are awesome. So they might have told you about them last week, but I'm gonna tell you about them again because they're one of the greatest mid-ranges on the market. People always want them. I'm gonna just go off script because we got a bunch more Hexes, some Fission, some Neutron, some Eclipse, some Inertias right here, 9.5, -2.2 if you're looking for a good flip up 9-speed, really, really comfortable. All the 9 speeds in the MVP lineup are really comfortable. If you're not a Hex guy or you want something a little bit more overstable, the Matrix, it's a little bit of an older MVP mid, so it gets overlooked a lot, but when I was throwing all MVP, it was the best complement to the Hex I found in their lineup. The Reactor is good too, but the Matrix was the one that I went with because I had my Hex, that was my hyzer flip to dead straight or hyzer flip to a little turn, and then I had my Matrix, which would kind of flip up, but would fade. And I thought that was phenomenal, so especially in this Proton plastic, it's gonna really accomplish that for you. I think we might have some other plastic ones, no, just Proton, but they're phenomenal. Another one of my favorite MVP discs is the Octane, 13.5, -1.2. This disc just goes far. That's just what it does. This is a Neutron Octane, which is gonna be a little bit more overstable, probably fly pretty true to those flight numbers. If you can get your hands on a Fission one, it'll be a little flippier, but you can really crank on these things, really lean into them. They're gonna fly out of your hand, literally, like very fast, and then way down the fairway. Some of the farthest thrown shots I've ever thrown were with the Octane. You can figure out how to make that sentence make sense in the English language. Another awesome disc is the Photon. This is like one of the discs. The Fission Photon is when I was first switching to MVP, when I went full MVP for a month. This was the disc that like everyone in the Gyro Facebook group was like, if you want to experience what MVP is really like, get a Fission Photon. So I did, and it made sense. This disc bombs, and you can just tell there's just something different about it. It's 11 speed. It's kind of like a Wraith, maybe slightly more overstable, depending on the plastic you get it in. And for an 11 speed, it's just super comfortable, and it'll get you way down the fairway. Tons of fun there. We're still moving on because we still got more stuff. Proxies, all the proxies you could ever want. Eclipse proxies, Plasma proxies, proxies. Nope, sorry, Neutron proxies. Look at the rims on these back here. Look at that. Holy cow. That one's crazy. If you want to pick up this exact one, it's Eclipse Northern Lights. That's what they're calling that rim. Are you kidding me? Northern Lights 2. We also have some blank ones. What are they calling this rim? Blurple. Love it. Bring back the Blurple. OG Foundation fans will remember the Blurple. We also have some servos here. We also have some Rhythms. The Rhythms, a really, really, really underrated disc. Incredible. The Resistor, nice overstable 6-speed. A lot of times people make this really overstable disc in the 9-speed, and I think we even have the deflectors, what I was about to talk about somewhere maybe, or in the 5-speed, but the 6-speed is like that great slot where It's comfortable if you like mids, it's comfortable if you like fairway drivers, but it's really overstable and laugh at headwinds. So that's a ton of fun. The teleport, a little bit of a flippier 14 speed. We got a ton of MVP is basically what we're going through here. Okay, so if you are looking for an MVP mold, I think we even have more that's still going up on the site, but if you're looking for an MVP mold, check the site. Chances are it's in stock.
All right, wanted to retouch on some Discraft stuff that dropped last week that you might have missed because last week was a little chaotic. There was a lot of stuff going on, so I just want to rehash that. First, we'll start with some of the special discs. We've got First Run ESP Swarms, brand new overstable mid-range from Discraft right here. I would say comparable to a faster zone, but a little more overstable as well. Probably best comparison is a more overstable Buzz OS. That's the best way to do it. You can put a little more anhyzer on these and they fight out pretty aggressively. We also got these pretty neat Z Sparkle, I think they're just Z Sparkle. This was the Portland Open commemorative disc for Paige Pierce. It's the Drive. If you haven't thrown the Drive yet, they're basically a more advanced version of the Passion. They go a little bit further but have a similar flight pattern with just a little more stability. We also got just a restock, speaking of the Passion, of Passions. I said to Brad, I said to Jason last night at the tag match after throwing the Passion was the disc that made me believe that some molds are actually better than others. That's what I said, and I believe that because this disc is incredible. It is the most forgiving fairway driver of this disc's length that I've ever thrown, and it rocks. So if that doesn't convince you, I don't really know what to say. Glad to see there's only a few left of these, but we do still have a couple Anthony Barella CT Swirl Focuses. He's been putting with these, and they're probably phenomenal throwers as well, and they're all awesome swirls, and AB's name on them, so come on. And then big release we had was a bunch of new putters. We've got the Kratos in the First Run rubber blend, so if you like the Luna in that rubber blend plastic, this is the same thing with the awesome shatter stamp. Love the shatter stamp. So we got that. Got those in a bunch of colors. If you don't know, certain colors like the black one actually have a little bit of a different feel to them as well. I would say they're a little more tacky. And then we also have the Kratos in putter blend now. So we have that in putter blend soft and firm, which is really cool because if you like the PM line stuff and you're not looking to spend $20 on a putter, which is understandable, these come in at a cheaper price point, only $15. So it's awesome. You have this in the firm blend and the soft blend. We also have the Big Z Kratos. So if you're looking for, if you like putting with Big Z, all power to you. But if you're looking for a throw-in Kratos, this is a great option right here. And the cool big stamp as always with the Big Z. And then the other putter blend stuff we have is we have the Luna in soft and firm blend. We have a few of those left. Another really cool way to buy a Luna, not have to, if you're looking for some practice putters. And then also the Fierce. So pretty cool of Discraft to release these in all of the soft and firm putter blends. A lot more putter options now and plastic options. One thing that Brad just put in front of me I wanted to mention is right now we have Tour Series Brody Smith Z Flex Jawbreaker Zone OSs. These are incredible. I bagged the Zone OS. This plastic blend is incredible and it looks insane. So if you haven't checked these out, make sure to. And yeah, so that's what we've got going on in the new Discraft restock that we just got in last week. Wanted to mention again because we had a lot going on. Make sure to check out those because we have a limited amount of all of those, and some of them are probably gonna be pretty tough to get, and some of them, like the First Runs and the commemorative discs, you might not see again. So
if you like quality sports, right? Just hard-nosed, smash-mouth basketball. You know, you're a fan of the old greats, the blue bloods. You love, if you're just a basketball fan, let's just be honest. If you don't like basketball, you're not going to like what I'm about to show you. If you do like basketball, you will, and there's no in-between, really. It just is, are you a true basketball fan or not? And it's just the logo. This is the basketball logo. This might as well be on every basketball out there. This represents basketball, how it should be played, where it should be played, how the fans should act, all of the above. Greatest basketball team of all time. All the other sports we kind of suck at, but who cares about those? We dominate. Duke, PA3s, this is actually like my dream combo of all time. Duke logo on my favorite putter of all time. I might not do a putter bracket next year just so I can putt with these, but for now, I'm probably gonna just have to throw one in my bag and just throw with it. But we have Duke PA3s, we got Duke A2s, look at that silver hollow, huh? We got, I think these are some M4s. You already know I'm gonna have to get a Duke M4 in my bag. Yep, M4s there, that's gorgeous. We also have some F7s if you're looking for something a little flippier. Or, you know, maybe if you know a UNC fan who just doesn't have a strong arm, that's why they're a UNC fan, you can give them an F7 too, it'll flip up for them, and maybe add a little taste to their life. We got some PA5s here as well, also good for that fan, you know, just learning how to walk and understand sports. You can be like, hey, you're rooting for the wrong team. Welcome to Dukeville. Or if you're a Duke fan and you just have a massive arm and you can throw super far, because, I mean, obviously you're a Duke fan, that's what you do, these are great hyzer flip options for us as well. So for us, hyzer flips. For UNC fans, you know, still weaning them off the milk, you can get them some PA5s, get nice dead straight flights. And then last but not least, what are these? Some F3s. F3s are actually very underrated discs here. They have like the silver is almost so silver it's white. But in all seriousness, Duke fans rejoice. We've got our logo on some Prodigy discs. So we got PA3s, M4s, A2s. Those are my 1, 2, 3 recommendations if you've never thrown Prodigy. And the PA5 is phenomenal if you're looking for a flippy putter. Same thing with the F7. Trevor actually loves the F7 for, I told you, UNC fans. Trevor actually loves the F7 though for hyzer flip to turn, trick shots. I think he even throws some rollers with them, all kinds of stuff. They're really, really fun, just understable disc. It's like what I use the IT for, you could also use the F7 for, line up pretty similarly. And then like I said, the F3 just gets overlooked because the F7 is really popular, the F5 is really popular, and then people typically go up into like the H series, or they'll go over to like a Firebird type disc, whereas this kind of lives in the middle there. It's a little more overstable than the F5. It's not quite gonna get you to that T-Bird, Firebird level. It's gonna be straight with a little bit of finish, so great disc there. But all around, Duke fans, rejoice.
All right, I'm gonna highlight, recently we just got some more custom stamped podcast stamped discs, but we've had some other stuff that still has some stock in it as well. So it's got some stock in it, it still has some in stock. So I want to highlight all of that. If you missed it last week, we did just get a bunch of grip locked stamped stuff. So this is a Prism Proton Pyro, nice overstable mid there. We also got Neutron Waves. We've got Neutron Detours. This one's almost see-through. Neutron Detours, new mid-range from them. And then we've also got Pixels. So we've got grip lock stamped MVP, that's new, some great molds as well. Then we move on to the Tour Life, boo. We've got Tour Life Buzzes. To be fair, their stamp is pretty cool. Some Tour Life Raptors, and just a couple Jawbreaker Zones left, which are really, really neat. And then move down a little bit further, we've got the other grip locked logo on some discs here. We've got some, this is the grip lock logo. We've got the Toro there, nice Star Toro. We've got some Champ Firebirds with that logo on there. And then also, we've got a few of these Destroyers left. Really nice run of Destroyers as well. And then finally, we get down here and we've got in the bag stamp stuff. So we've got just a couple of these in the bag Origins. We've got, these are, I believe, Zones. Got some, yep, Zones. It said Prism on there. I got finessed. We've got some R-Pro Pigs, favorite of Robbie C's. And then we also, this is just more R-Pro Pigs. We got more pigs. So a lot of options in the podcast. Support your favorite podcast on the Foundation Network by checking out these custom stamps and showing them off. I like that they did the If It's Good. That's fun. So yeah, check out all our custom stamping. We always got custom stuff on the site.
To my non-Americans, I apologize for the next several minutes you're about to go through, because it's July, which means it's time to celebrate the greatest country to ever be on the face of the planet. And we do that the only way Foundation knows how, with our subscription box. So first off, we've got, these are, I believe these are Patriots from Legacy. You can already have the name already patriotic, but then we brought back the OG logo with the flag foil there. Phenomenal, and we have them in red, white, and blue. You'll only get red, white, or blue because you're only getting one of this disc. I'll tell you the other two, but it's just fun, you know, red, white, and blue. The Patriot, though, why we chose this mold specifically is obviously the name, right? Patriot, patriotic. B, Legacy continues to be one of the most underrated plastic manufacturers on the face of the planet. I think it's because they don't really have a big name pro. They don't put a lot of money into advertising. A lot of people just don't know about how good this stuff is. Their Icon plastic is pretty close to Star. That's kind of, if you go Icon is Star, Pinnacle I believe is their like Champ-esque plastic. And then the Patriot, if I'm remembering correctly, is pretty close to an FD. Really, really straight, slight finish at the end, 7-speed, very, very comfortable in the hand. Legacy has a bunch of good molds, and we wanted to highlight one of them, and it was the perfect month to do so with July 4th, Patriot. Moving down the line, the only non-custom stamp disc you'll get is the Justice, really overstable. 5-speed, great disc, and obviously Justice. You know, really we could have won with any dynamic disc mold, but the Justice, yeah, maybe not the criminal or the felon, so maybe not anyone, but you know, they have like the Freedom, they have, you know what, the Justice probably made the most sense. And then last but certainly not least, we have the ESP Cicada. Let me grab one that you can see the stamp better on. ESP Cicada, but we have this very patriotic, very fun bald eagle rocking some foundation and flag sunglasses saying Foundation Disc Golf off there, fireworks in the back. I mean, that just screams America at you right there. So awesome stamp, awesome box, and oh, look at this one. Holy cow. Look at that one.
Wow. That's exciting.
Jeez, that's fun. Someone's getting that disc. So still a handful of these left, and the swag item this month is also exciting because we always say, what's good, Foundation Nation, right? We have a Foundation Nation Facebook page. That's what we have dubbed our community, and for years, went unbranded. We just always just kind of use the Foundation font and just type Foundation Nation. Well, that is no longer true, and this is its debut, the brand new Foundation Nation branding. So the community finally has an icon to represent it. And in addition to that, we're launching this month, I don't think it's been launched yet, we're launching this month the Foundation Nation Instagram page. And what that's gonna be is actually a home for all of you, all of your shots. So there's ways to submit shots over there and stuff like that. We're gonna do a more, you know, loud announcement about it. But Foundation Nation is a way that we can highlight the community members, what y'all are doing in the sport, some sick shots y'all have, all that fun stuff. We'll now have a home over on Instagram. So that's really fun too. But we wanted to kind of use this as the opportunity to launch the Foundation Nation rebrand. So there's red, white, and blue minis, all with the flag stamp. So this month's subscription box, it's pretty exciting. It's pretty awesome. 2 custom stamps, 1 stock disc, swag item, and if you haven't heard of our subscription box, you get 3 premium discs plus a swag item each and every month for $45 to your door. So very exciting. Like I said, there's still some available to hop in. All right, back to the normal weekly warehouse.
All right, I got some exciting Discmania here to wrap things up, and we've got 2 new releases. So one is a new release, but an old release, if you know what I mean, and that is the MD4 being released as a European Open disc here. This is the proto version of the MD4. If you threw the MD4 back in the day, it is not their, it was for a while their most overstable mid until they did the MD5, but what you're looking at is a nice complement to the MD3 because you can throw them hard and flat and they're going to not turn over and just have a nice reliable fade, but they're not like super overstable where they're just yanking out of the flight. They will glide a little bit with a nice reliable fade. James Conrad, back when he threw Innova, used to love the MD4. He would crank on them and throw huge drives with them. I used to bag an MD4 back in the day. Love this mold. And then the next thing we have is actually a new disc in the Evolution series, and this is the Notion. The Notion is an understable putter. They're giving it a -1-0. If I had to compare it to something, I would say there's shades of the Pure in this mold. Almost like a Pure and an AVR had a baby. That's kind of what I'm getting from this, but feels really nice in the hand. It should be a solid putter, nice complement to the Link and the Logic, which are a little bit straighter putters. This will be a little flippier and very comfortable feel in the hand. So if you're throwing this series on this line, this would be a great addition for you to check out. Make sure to check out the Notion. So 2 great releases from Discmania, and that's what we've got for our weekly warehouse preview this week. Another back-to-back, really solid week. A lot of awesome releases happening right now in disc golf, so make sure to tune in every single Friday to catch them. Make sure you don't miss one. We'll see you next week.